Alright, what's up guys? I'm going to get right to this. With all the things that I use in this, it can be bought as like a kit, and they usually run from like 60 bucks to 120. They can be more expensive, but you don't need it really. I believe it's important to remove the bindings because when the wax is being applied to the board, it can cause the screws to extract heat, causing the base of the board to sink into them, creating like this dimple, and also can create like a little circle on the bottom from like the dirt and stuff. Heat up the wax that is going to be taken off. You can buy a non-toxic wax remover from your nearest board shop, or I've read Chief's Fire Water works pretty good. That involves other steps, so continue with what I do. Scrape the wax off when it is warm. Do not wait for it to get cool and settle into the base. I usually find digging the scraper and pushing it into the board gets the wax off better than using like this pull method that I'll show later. Next, heat up the board with a hair dryer on high to warm it up. This actually like opens up like these pores on the base to help soak in the wax better. When the board is not hot though, remember that, just so it's warm, and then we'll start applying the wax. Hold the wax to the base of the iron and work your way around the board. Like you want to do whatever motion you want, just get it. You don't want to make sure it is all like covered, because when you use the iron it helps spread the wax around anyway, so you don't need to get all crazy with it, just put it on. When ironing the board, I go in like light pressured circles, making sure I don't feel any like sudden like stops, or like you'll feel it kind of like grab a little bit. Those are spots that don't have wax on them. Just keep doing whatever you want to do and just make sure that spot is covered. And like then, you just might want to check it. Let it sit for roughly 15 to 20 minutes or so the wax cools down into the base. Make sure the base is cool with no warm spots, and you can put your hand down and just let it sit there for a little bit. And because if you just like do it on top, you'll just only touch like the surface part. So like just set your hand on it for a little bit, and like if it gets any like warmth, I would just still wait. Just give it a good 20 minutes will do, whatever. I then use a snowboard edge sharper to sharpen the scraper. I use the 90-degree edge, not the 85. Guess it really doesn't really matter as long as it just having a nice sharp edge. And make sure not to sharpen the side of the edge with the edge wax remover, because you don't want to run that down. You want to be able to scrape the wax out of your edges. Run the notch down the edges of the whole entire board. If it doesn't work well for you, I sometimes take like a pointy edge of the triangle edge of whatever is on the thing, just scrape my finger across it, that just kind of guides it on the other side of the edge, and I can really put nice pressure down on top, and it really gives it a good, it works. And like then, you just might want to check it. Now when scraping off the wax, scrape off all the wax. I do it just because what I've done in the past years, and I think it works great, because you got wax already soaked up into the pores when it is heated up, and you want that base to be smooth. When scraping, use the pull maneuver that I was talking about before. This prevents taking the wax from inside that top layer you heated up, and also use long strokes from tail to nose. Just long strokes from tail to nose. I find it easier to take off the curve of the nose and tail first, if you know what I mean, like curve that off, and then I just do the whole base just to get it really nice and good. Make sure to clean off the wax of the scraper each stroke you do. So swipe it and you'll see on the scraper just a whole bunch of wax. Just run your fingers across that. You will notice the scraping getting smoother when it's finishing, and make sure the whole board is like that. So like the more you scrape it, the more it'll kind of like not catch, and just get that whole board like that. It works really nice, and just do it. When confident on the smoothness, I run a towel over it just to clean it off. When the hand run smooth, you know, put your hand on that, make sure it's nice baby butt smooth. Just keep rubbing that thing. Just be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go board, man. I'm going board for sure. And like then, you just might want to check it, and just make sure it looks good, and you're done. That's what I got, guys, and I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and cool runnings.